Well, good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to Three's In. It sounds like an echo chamber in here. It probably will until I get some more stuff hung on my I Love Me walls and so forth to absorb some of the sound. Until then, oh well. So after talking with Clyde last night, I began to think about my experience at Vance, and what a magic time that was. From January 1975 through November 1978, almost 4 years. I just had a ball. And I was afforded some of the greatest opportunities there for a young man to have. I'm so grateful for having had those. At any rate, one of the things that we had at Vance was civilian maintenance. It was an experiment the Air Force was trying out in the early mid-70s to see if they could cut costs with civilian maintenance. So they had a contract with Northrop Aviation, and that contract was 29 pages. That's all it was, 29 pages. And essentially what it said is Northrop will agree to operate by Air Force regulations and manuals for a certain price. And they had everything spelled out. And that's all it was. It was just that simple. We agreed to conduct maintenance per the existing directives. And it worked great. One of the neat things about it was that, take the engine shop, for example. In our engine shop, we had an average of 14 years experience in that engine shop. We had some guys working alongside their sons and daughters. I don't think so much their daughters, but certainly their sons in that engine shop. And we rarely had engine problems. I mean, those guys knew those J85s and J69s inside and out. It was really refreshing. And you knew when you got a jet, it was a good jet. And you just didn't have to worry about it. I almost felt kind of bad doing a walk around because they took such wonderful care of those jets. And Northrop Maintenance also took care of the seeds and weeds function up the base and a few other activities throughout. Well, when I left, that contract had grown from 29 pages to maybe 29 volumes, I don't know. But it grew quite large, I think, when lawyers got into the act. But before they got going, it was a good deal. One of the experiences I had with Northrop Maintenance, on the peripheral, if you will, it was a safety of flight issue. They had a young kid out there on the flight line one day, and airplane came back, and there was red cord showing on one of the tires. Well, when you saw red cord, that was a tire change. There was no question about it. Well, instead of changing the tire, this kid took a ballpoint pen and colored the cord. Except the dummy used blue ink pen instead of a black ink pen. And we were not flying with blue tires in those days, nor any other days if I can recall. At any rate, when pilot was doing a walk around, he spotted the blue ink on the tire and called the maintenance supervisor, came over. They called the crew chief aside and fired him on the spot. Just fired him. And get your stuff. Get out of the locker and get off the base. You're fired. He said, well, you leave me no choice but to go to the union. The guy said, go ahead and go to the union. It was remarkable. Kid went to the union, pleaded his case. The union president said, look, we have this contract. It's a good contract. He said, it's 29 pages long, and we're not going to screw it up. Especially for somebody like you. Next time, change the stupid tire. But until then, you're fired. Get off the base. And that was it. And that was so refreshing to hear. Instead of this, that, and the other, and the legalese. But at any rate, it was just a great system to work under and to work for during those days. So I was quite fortunate in that respect. Anyway, that's the story on Vance's contract maintenance. I have no clue what it's like today. All I know is it was really simple and operated really well back in 75, 6, 7, 8. that being said, this is Bobo. Hope you folks have a nice evening and a safe Halloween. Base gear. Stop.